Well, don't worry about Monday morning. The Ranganation finishes the week with a laugh. That's tonight at 9. Now on BBC2, what have you been watching?
This week, the debate you didn't rate. Is this mastermind contestant saying gerbo or gerbil?
A gerbil.
A points of view investigation coming up. And the new cerebral family quiz show you feel is too clever for its own good. Welcome to Points of View. First this week, two new presenters got behind the wheel of one of the BBC's biggest shows when it returned to BBC2 last Sunday.
It's so good to be presenting our first show, and we know Top Gear has had more rebirths than Doctor Who recently.
Joining Chris Harris to front this series of Top Gear are newbies Paddy McGuinness and Freddie Flintoff. In their first show, the trio embarked on a trip to Ethiopia, where a pit stop saw them undertake a driving test greatest hits rally race.
Come on, Minnie. I'm Paddy Hopker. I'm Rauno Altonen. I'm every mini rally hero ever.
Nice, tidy through the chicane.
While your reviews were mixed, the majority felt Top Gear was back in pole position.
Can't wait to watch it again. Love the new lineup. Haven't watched it since the original presenters went.
Good laugh and looking forward to next week. I'd stopped watching Top Gear a couple of years ago, but I'm back in the room now.
In short, most of you felt the Top Gear team had...
Nailed it!
Not everyone agreed, though. There were those who felt Top Gear struggled to get out of first gear.
I'm stuck!
Verdict. What a load of total Nothing more to say.
While the new lineup didn't quite have universal appeal.
Paddy McGuinness, you say? No thanks. I'd rather scratch my coccyx with a piece of rusty barbed wire smothered in broken glass and washed clean with lemon juice.
Ouch! There were also those who felt Paddy's patter was at times inappropriate.
Great to have Top Gear back, but disappointing Paddy McGuinness felt it necessary to resort to a stream of religious expletives. I found this distracting in the extreme. Please, Paddy, find other ways of exclamation.
Keen to get more of your thoughts on the new series, Points of View hit the road this week. Ensuring we used our mirrors, signalled and manoeuvred, we met up with driving instructors at the Birmingham branch of a driving school. James is a Top Gear fan whose favourite manoeuvre is parallel parking. Shiraz passed his test when just 17 and enjoys a 3-point turn. Sharma's been an instructor for around 4 months and quite likes EastEnders. While Raj also likes to parallel park and is partial to a bit of Homes Under the Hammer. The instructors parked up in a cafe to put Top Gear to the test. So, did they think the new Top Gear was on the right track, or that it had crashed and burned?
I thought the new Top Gear was fantastic. It brought back a bit of the old school from the original series, where there was a bit of banter going on between the lads.
I quite like when they arrived in Ethiopia and they had a little conversation about their very first cars.
That is lovely.
That's a delicious
I'm not going to tell him no. Wow.
Hey!
Wow.
Hey!
Yeah, I think with the new presenters, it is getting to where it needs to be. However, it might take a while for it to get to the same level where Jeremy had it.
One of my favourite bits was right at the end of the show where they tried to get Paddy McGuinness to wear the jumper, like they wrestled him down to the ground.
We're back next week with an electric calculator, and I guess we'll be...
I think this new series has definitely improved with the new presenters. They're more current.
I'll be definitely watching the show next week. I found it interesting and I thought, yeah, I'm going to tune in and spare some of my time to watch the second show.
I will definitely be tuning in to watch the next episode of Top Gear on Sunday. I really enjoyed it, thought it was really funny, really interesting. I even managed to persuade my husband to watch it as well.
Top Gear continues tonight at 8 o'clock on BBC2. Let us know what you think.
Hello, good evening.
On Tuesday night, Emily Maitlis was our host for our next Prime Minister. A debate on BBC1 between the candidates vying to succeed Theresa May as leader of the Conservative Party.
You voted for him, Sandra Javid. You voted for him. Sorry, we can't hear. We can't hear.
What is your plan, Rory,
for
education and children's services?
Setting aside the candidates, you rated the BBC's performance on the night as could do better. There was the set design.
The background screens that kept moving were distracting, jumbled and totally unnecessary. When cameras went to the longer shot to include the reflection in the floor, it became even more of a turmoil.
There was the seating.
Who made the decision to use bar stools for the contenders and why? Our family suspects this was an act of cruelty, causing distracting pain for Rory Stewart.
And finally, the host herself.
Emily Maitlis was way out of her depth and the whole programme could have been better presented by a primary school child. I suggest the BBC sticks to what it does best, taking away free TV licences for the over 75s and keeping playing repeats over and over again.
Touché, Bob. To a very different debate next. One over an answer given in last week's Mastermind Grand Final. Last Friday, psychiatrist Judith Lewis was named as the latest Mastermind champion.
Right down to that last question.
But some of you questioned whether Judith's final answer had actually been correct.
Hate to be pedantic, but querying whether the winner got the last question wrong, and she won by just 1 point. Question was about the symbol of the 7th Armoured Division, which is a jerboa, and fairly sure she said gerbil. Anyway, just saying.
Not being pedantic at all, Elaine. And you weren't the only one to question Judith's final answer.
She said gerbil. It is actually a jerboa. Will you be looking into this, or is it going to get swept under the carpet?
Marcy, how could you suggest such a thing? We got right on it. Here's the relevant question and answer.
What long-tailed rodent was adopted as the symbol of the 7th Armoured Division who fought in North Africa in the Second World War and were known as the desert rats?
A gerbil.
Yes.
The correct answer is jerboa, as shown, and not a gerbil, also shown. The Points of View team couldn't quite agree on what Judith was saying, despite many viewings. Following the final, Judith said on Twitter that she had just mispronounced jerboa as gerbo. Have another listen.
A gerbil.
That did sound like it could be right. If we weren't certain, though, how were Mastermind so sure Judith had given the correct answer? We asked them. They told us...
Judith Lewis was the clear Mastermind winner, having answered the most questions correctly with the least passes. During the recording of the final, she was asked to repeat her answer to the last question in front of the live studio audience and her fellow finalists, and her original answer was replayed for review. Both the producers and an independent verifier were satisfied that she had given the correct answer.
This week, BBC2 bid a fond farewell to a sitcom that's become a slow-burning success. Mum stars Leslie Manville as Kathy, a widow with a demanding family. Wednesday's last ever episode saw her and new beau Michael preparing for a party.
You okay?
Yeah, just trying to do that heart thing.
It's just... Oh.
Reaching an end after 3 series, you found it hard to say goodbye to Mum.
So sad it's ended, but must congratulate the whole cast and writer for such a hilarious, touching and irreverent show. It's rare I laugh out loud at anything, but each episode has more than enough lol moments. Will be a genuine classic forever.
You were grateful, though, that Mum's run was longer than that of other standout sitcoms.
So many really good sitcoms have had faulty tower syndrome and stopped too soon. Mum is proof that at least 3 series can be sublime.
If you haven't caught it, all 3 series of Mum are available to watch on BBC iPlayer now. Once more this week, we took a sofa to the streets of a city to hear more about what you've loved and loathed on the BBC recently. But can you guess which? BAFTA award-winning drama Clocking Off followed workers at a textile factory there. It's where time-travelling cop show Life on Mars was set and filmed.
Gene Hunt, your DCI, and it's 1973.
And it's home to the world's longest-running children's television programme over consecutive years. Looking ship-shape, it is, of course...
Manchester!
So what do Mancunians think of what they've seen on the BBC recently?
I love the Graham Norton show, because I love Graham Norton. Love that guy.
I watched the War on Plastic, thought it was interesting content, really important information to try and get across.
This is just a tiny sample of plastic waste that I found in Malaysia from the UK.
I love Gentleman Jacks. I like period dramas.
Miss Lister for Miss Walker. Is she in?
It's obviously based on fact, although using a lot of poetic licence, I guess.
I've got a 5-year-old son. He's addicted to Mr. Maker on CBeebies. Afterwards, I have to sort of start making random things out of toilet rolls.
I've been watching the Women's World Cup and it's been amazing.
I hope that it'll encourage more girls to play because we can do anything if we put our mind to it, so why not?
I like breakfast because I wake up early in the morning and I get all the latest news. I like getting the weather forecast with Carol because she's always so cheerful.
Oh, bless you. Good morning, everyone.
Thanks for having us, Manchester. And if you see a sofa on a street near you next week, do come and give us your point of view. Finally, this week, the new series from BBC2 that pictures Britain's smartest families against each other.
Brain activated. Brain on.
Hosted by Dara O'Brien, the family brain game sees families test their grey matter by undertaking challenges in a games lab.
Top left is the turquoisey green colour.
Yep, and is that just a background with no cutouts?
That's correct, yes.
Each episode also includes short films about the competing families and analysis by a neuroscientist. You don't have to be a genius to work out you didn't like it.
Well, that's an hour of my life I won't get back. Bored after 10 minutes, but gave it the benefit of the doubt. Slow, disjointed, games uninteresting, and too much footage of families and their backgrounds.
Absolutely mind-numbingly banal.
Sounds like those tuning into the start of Tuesday's show in some areas had a lucky escape.
Regarding Tuesday's episode, what the heck happened on the England feed of BBC2?
Yes. Some viewers tuning into the show on Tuesday saw it interrupted by adverts for other shows, then a frozen graphic before an episode of The Planets with Brian Cox started. Then this message appeared. After nearly 6 minutes of all that, the show continued. The brains at the BBC blamed a play-out issue and pointed out the programme was shown in full. That's it for this week, but please keep your points of view on the week's BBC television shows coming. You can email us at pov@bbc.co.uk or get in touch via social media. On Twitter, we are at BBC POV, while to find us on Facebook, just search for BBC Points of View. You'll find all our contact details on our website at bbc.co.uk/POV. We're back on BBC One next Sunday. You'll find us there at 10 to 2. Hope you can join us then.